Hey there, viewers. It's Charlie. I'm back again, and well, I've been reviewing a couple of 2007 movie figures recently. Prime, Ratchet, Bone Crusher. Well, today I shall review another 2007 movie figure. This time, Jazz, aka the guy who was killed in the first movie alone. Thanks, Megatron. But well, as we can see, Jazz here is supposed to be a Pontiac Solstice, only this one's a hardtop. Because from what I can remember, the actual vehicle was supposed to be convertibles. But I think this guy's car mode looks amazing. I mean, just a sleek silver car. Hell, I would go as far as to say I prefer this color over G1 Jazz. I mean, just the color. I mean, this silver looks amazing. Well, having a look at the figure. Here we can see the back. And it can be a bit hard to line this bit up at times. Got the back with all the tail lights and the spoiler. The other side, and he actually has petrol caps, which is pretty cool. Attention to detailing there. Got the doors, and I think I can actually see some chairs in there, some seats. So that's some really good detail for a car. Got the front with the headlights and the grille. The top, which is also pretty sleek, although my one has a couple of scratches. And the underneath, which once again, seeing how this is a transformer, we have all this junk underneath. I mean, hey, it's a transformer. What do you expect? Now, normally this guy's supposed to come with a weapon that's, well, it can telescope out, but my one does. Well, my copy doesn't have that. I mean, look, I buy the figures just for the figures, rarely ever for the guns, okay? Rarely ever for the figures accessories, unless they're really cool, like already Ultra Magnus's gun. I only buy weapons if they're necessary for a mode, like the vehicle mode, to make it look complete. Speaking of which, I think I'm trying to get this off. No, I did not just break the figure. This is supposed to come off. In a rather Beast Wars-esque move, this guy's spoiler actually comes off for the transformation. And it can form a shield, as I'll show later. But for now, just trying to get this piece back on. There we go. So, normally this thing does come off at the transformation, although you can keep it on, as I'll show in this transformation, which I'll do now. So I get them transformed, do what I just did, and flip this up, only this time do not remove it, if you don't want it to be removed. Take the back wheels and move them out. And then turn them 90 degrees, like so. Take the feet and move them down. And then with the little circle things, try and rotate them around if you can. There we go. Like so. So now we have this going on. Oh, don't forget to come in here and flip out the heels. So now we have this going on. Next, move the front of the vehicle out like so. Take the legs and move them down. Then come in here and close that inward like so. Next, take the sides of the car and move them out like so. This could be a bit tricky at times. I suppose, let's just get the automorphing bit out the way. If you move the back of the vehicle down, it's supposed to flip out his... Well, it's supposed to flip out his head and move these bits in, but often you'll just unpeg the torso from the crotch. Not my finest sentence. But now for the arms. Well, first, come in here, take this little back section and flip that around. Take this, move this up, move that around, and then just flip that around so it compresses like so. And finally just move that down like so. And for the second arm, you do the same thing. So here we have Jazz in his robot mode. And yeah, that transformation is pretty unique. This is where my throat stops working. I mean, unlike with G1 Jazz, where pretty much you pull the vehicle out, you lift it up, pull out the legs, flip the arms out from the underneath, and then just flip that down for the head. This guy's pretty... Well, this guy's pretty cool. I mean, the doors end up as... Well, the doors end up on the side of his... I can't even speak. The doors end up on the side of his legs, unlike with G1 Jazz, where they form little wings. The arms are formed from the roof of the vehicle instead of the underneath. And well, let's just have the 360 because that's a bit of kibble there, isn't it? Yeah, if you choose not to have the spoiler on the actual robot mode as a weapon, then it just ends up on his back like so, and but you can unpeg it, and what this does is attaches onto one of the wheels as a shield. If I can get that on. Sometimes this could be easier said than done. So there we go, we have it like this. Me personally, I think that looks silly. So I just leave this. I just prefer to leave this on. Well, having a look at this guy's head, we can see that it's a bit different from G1 Jazz, as sure he has the visor, but I can't really see a mouth on him that well. He does have light piping though, which is pretty cool. You can see the plastic there. Now, for this guy's articulation, well, I mean, his head is actually on a ball joint, so he can tilt his head, he can look down, he can look up. Of course, he can move his head. Arms can move up. It's got elbows, although I can't really do that much. Of course, he can T-pose to assert dominance over Megatron, if you get that reference. Legs can move up. I think he's got knees. Yes, he does. It's just that sometimes this can get in the way of the door. Can't really move that back that far. And his feet can sort of move. So yeah, quite poseable, although I don't think you'll be able to do his... I don't think you'll be able to do his ripping off Iron Man pose from stock art. But still, this guy is really poseable. Now, complaints about this guy. Well, I mean, his transformation could be a little bit fiddly at times, but hey, every 2007 movie figure has that. Being fiddly. Second, unlike with the other figures like Prime, the Automorph is a bit lackluster. I mean, with Prime, you had the feet folding out automatically and even the head reveal. And with Ratchet, sure, Ratchet's one wasn't that much because about the kneecaps, but with Jazz, it's barely noticeable because pretty much all you do is you move down this bit, and it flips out the head and sort of compresses this. I mean, just look at the chest. You see? That's pretty much it. It's barely noticeable. And it'd be a bit boring. Third, although I haven't had any issues with this guy yet, sometimes he can fall over a bit easily because either I forget to flip out the heels or, well, of course on camera this guy's behaving. But sometimes I can have trouble getting this guy to stand. Although, as I said, seeing how he's on camera, he's behaving. And fourth, this isn't about the figure itself, it's about the character. Why was he killed in the first movie alone? Jazz would have been really cool in the other movies. But no, Michael Bay said, okay, rip this guy in half, who gives a crap? Come on, Jazz was really cool in the first movie. I liked him. But of course, he was killed off because Michael Bay is an a-hole. Well, anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. Do I recommend this guy? Well, definitely. I mean, this is one of the more easier to transform deluxe figures, well, 2007 movie figures, periods. I know I said it's a bit fiddly at times, but, I mean, I'm just meaning the arm's gonna be a bit fiddly to do, but aside from that, this guy is one of the easier to transform movie figures. Not to mention, he looks really cool. I mean, granted, the shield thing can be a bit weird, but you can just leave it on his back. So yeah, I recommend getting this figure, whether it's Jazz or even Smokescreen from Revenge of the Fallen. Well, this has been my review on 2007 movie Jazz, and this is Charlie Young, signing off. Now, if you excuse me, this looks like a cool place to kick it.